this afternoon, Peter.
Well, it wouldn't match yours, Jim.
Yeah.
3 gone, 1 to go. Let's climb the mountain again, eh? Come on. Quarter by quarter, ball by ball. A game of footy's like building a house, isn't it? Brick by brick.
Look, I could rant and rave. But I realised today that I'm coaching a shit football team.
G'day everyone, this is the Bring Your Boots podcast. I'll just try and move this mic a bit closer. It's the 25th of May. Today's the Karratha Kats. Is it South Hedland Swans Day? Yeah, South Hedland Swans sort of game recap. I sort of transitioned from trying to do like the game recap to almost like more club by club, if that makes sense, like talk about the game. And I sort of did it at Karratha. I think it works a little bit better to float around and figure out what makes each sort of club tick and what makes each club special. So we're up at the Kevin Richards Memorial Oval. But this grandstand, Jacko, is something different. Is that right?
Yeah, so this is probably our second and a half year, I guess. We moved in halfway through a season a couple of years ago. So yeah, this will be probably second full season in the new clubhouse. It's a pretty impressive setup.
It is. Hey, I spoke with the fellas from Karratha. They're getting new change rooms and stuff like that. I was like, just be a little wary. You lose like the soul of the club when you move to these new ones. But this club rooms is one of the first ones I've seen that still has like a vibe about it being a newer building. But yeah, I think the night footy goes. But before we're going to get into it, just introduce the guests. So first one I've got Karratha Kats legends. I actually had heaps of people, not just Matt recommended me. I had a few other fellas that flicked through a message when I said I was coming up here to get you in. So Jackson Davey, you bleed blue and white, mate, hey?
Yeah. I think I got more blue and white in me than actual red blood. So, I don't think I had much choice moving up here from Albany as a young kid. Dad got involved, and the rest is history, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long you been up in Karratha now?
Moved up in 1996. So I left Albany when I was 5.
Yeah.
Parents had a 2-year, 3-year plan to make some cash and then head home. And 30 years later, we're still here, and I'm bringing up my own family here. So, I love it, mate. It's best place in the world, especially in winter. Love it.
Yeah, well, it's not really winter, mate. It's just not a hot season.
Yeah, it's probably a Albany summer, I would say. Our winter.
Yeah, minus the wind, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the next guest that we've got here is Matt Mckain. Single-handedly bankrupted the Nibing Footy Club and still has a record for most negative fantasy points in a single season. So. Been racking up the awards for the Rezzies here up at the Karratha Kats. Sort of effectively the reason that I come up here just because the connection with Matty. Got the Karratha Kats in the house, mate. So Matty, thanks for jumping in. You got your little man out the front there having a kick, but you're in the podcast doing it with me.
Oh mate, how many recommendations for me to come on did you get?
0.
You boys text in?
0.
I think you're paying to come on, aren't you?
He gave me the accommodation, mate. That's his payment. His payment to get onto is sorting us out with that. So, I appreciate you boys coming on, mate. It's a sort of the vibe down south wasn't what I remember country footy being, mate. But Karratha and then again last night, the vibe around here has reaffirmed how good of a spot country footy is. Like I was like, I wonder if it is really dropping off with like people moving to the city and the constant battle that country footy clubs have for like volunteers and stuff. I was like, I wonder if it is starting to wane a little bit. But last night, what sort of crowd's that like for Jacko? Is that pretty standard for you guys?
It's a standard, I think. For when we play the away teams, like the 2 Hedland teams, obviously they don't have a lot of travellers come down and support. So it's just a lot of players, families, I guess, not just your average fan or just wander down, have a look at the Oval. But when we get a local game, like last few years, we've had a pretty good rivalry with Dampier. They've definitely had the wood over us the last probably 5 years. But now Falcons as well. So you get the local teams, get a big derby and, you'll have crowd all the way around the oval, not just on the grandstand side. So predominantly when we play the other teams like the Sharks or Falcons, like Cats will be this side of the grandstand and then they'll sit on the other side. But you'll get the whole ring, get some good atmosphere, and I think local towns like this, they thrive on country footy. You see down here, even on a Sunday morning, there's 400 or 500 kids running around with all their families. So it's like a tradition, I guess. Just Saturday into Sunday, into Monday if you have a good win.
With that is like there's obviously 4 or 5 teams here for the Oz kick. So like the Falcons, they have the same setup this morning. Yep. So there's that many kids playing footy around Karratha.
Yeah, it's massive, mate. I think I was talking to Craig Ryan, he's the vice president, and Toddy Heron, who's the president of our junior clubs. I think this year in one age group, I think they've got 4 Cats teams. So usually when I was growing up playing juniors, it was Cats white, Cats blue. So I think they've got Cats white, Cats blue, Cats black. They're just introducing new colours, but it's so good to see the kids getting involved and you look at the smile on their faces, win, lose or draw. I don't think they keep score, but
No, they don't.
the kids, I think the kids definitely know what the score is. So, it's great, mate. It's great to see.
Yeah, I was like Matt's young bloke Cam's obviously out there for Cats Black, so we're going to try and keep an eye out for him. But
Number 16 running out and then Kurt.
yeah, get him up. I was looking at it and I was like, this can't be the whole town. But there's like way more here than what I thought for one club. And then I was like, well, but if this is replicated at Dampier, Cats, all that, I was like, there's going to be...
Yeah, there'll be other teams, other Cats teams playing in Dampier, Wickham, Bulgara. Yeah. I think our under-18s team's actually playing in Hedland, so they still play Hedland games in junior footy, so it's a fair trip away on a Sunday if you're a parent.
Well, that's a perfect segue, mate, because one of the things that I wanted to talk about was the no Colts. Is that so? There is sort of a Colts program. Is that right?
It's a lot different to any other country league I've been involved in, or even a city league. So Colts, you usually have your Colts, your women Resi's league play on the same day. But here, I think they don't even call it Colts. I think it's 11, 12s, or they go by school years now, 10, 11, 12s or something. So pretty much the old under 18s, under 17s, whatever it was. But it seems to be all separate to the seniors. But it's just the way it's going. We still have last year we had a lot of, you'd call them Colts players come up and play seniors and then back it up on the Sunday. So in that essence, I think it's good. They can still play their juniors, and then also play seniors if they're up to it. So, but yeah, I'm not sure the reasoning behind it.
And then, what the thing that I look for coming around to these country clubs is like the peculiarities, or I don't know what that word is, of each individual league, mate. And one of the big ones is obviously you have 2 Hedland teams. Is it 3 Karratha teams?
2 Karratha teams, a Dampier team and a Wickham team.
Oh, Wickham,
so you've got 4 down this end.
Yeah.
And then the 2, so.
And then obviously the Hedland, you guys play, league starts at 6:30.
Yeah.
Doesn't finish till 9-ish. It's a 2.5 hour drive, and that would be like a constant battle getting enough fellas on the bus to go over there. Hedland obviously would have to do it more.
They do it every second week, so hats off to them. I don't know how they do it, mate, because we rotate. So one year we'll go there 4 times, and say Falcons will go twice, and then the next year we'll go twice. They'll go 4 times.
Yeah.
And then Wickham and Dampier, they'll do 3 and 3.
Yep.
And then I think every 2 years we'll go to 3 and 3, and then they'll go to 4 and 2. But yeah, it's something that's a constant battle. The coaches do try and, line it up in the fixture and make sure, circle the times we're going to Hedland. People can arrange, get work off, plan around them, because they're crucial games. They're sort of 8-point games. If you can go up there and get a win, it can set your season up pretty strongly. So I think we're away to Rovers in a couple of weeks after the bye, so if anyone's listening, make sure you take work off and get in the bus. I won't be there though.
Well, that's the other thing, like talking to like the Linthorne boys, they're obviously Albany boys as well last night. Like there's a 10 o'clock curfew back at their not yard, I'm not sure what the camp they called it. Like, so they have to be back there by 10, car gets searched. Like there's all these little things you wouldn't think about, but like obviously the footy starts at 9, so they like quickly do prezos. They had 20 minutes to get back to camp before the gate shuts. Like, and then it's real tough. And what's Hedland like, given the distance and the travel and how hard it is, are they a heap stronger at home than what they are away?
Yeah, you get that. Every club is stronger at home than away, but they gave us a good crack last night, and week before we had Port Hedland down as well. That was a good game, probably till the last 15 minutes. We sort of kicked away, but you'll see throughout the year, teams that go up there seem to struggle. It's more the I find the Rezzies get left in the lurch a little bit because a few league players don't go, then you're obviously taken up from the twos, and but yeah, I don't know. I just seem to love the bus trips. It's a good chance to, get away from the family, I guess, and have a few beers on the bus with the boys on the way home, and you feel for it the next day though.
Yeah, and then Matty, you're a little quiet over there, mate. But
I just listened to Jacko. It's good,
mate. But one of the things, it's hard because I've been staying at your house, so I didn't really want to talk to you about it too much. Try and get it done on here. You obviously first year here, you've had to rock up. Like footy clubs are so good, and I know what you've done. I moved to a new town, like a new place of work. I want, you need to meet some people. You can't be sitting at home the whole time. So you come to these new footy clubs. They're the best place to meet people. But that first 4 weeks is so fucked, though.
Oh, man. That first training down at Leisure Packs, I sat in the car for like 10 minutes. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It's like I could just be home with the kids and just do it. And I was like, nah, get out there, be social. Like you're saying, best place to meet people.
Yeah.
But it was good, man. Like, this club's good. Yeah. Really good. Everyone gets around you. Like league, resis, no matter who it is. I've never given out so many high fives in a warm up in my life, mate. It's out there. But no, really good.
But it is that awkward bit when you rock up to that and you got to be like almost more boisterous than what you want to be, like to show people you're not a weirdo and you're like, hey, boys like me, like I'm a normal dude, like. And
you want to play it cool, don't you? But
yeah. It's a fine line.
Only so many times you can say, hey, what do you do for work?
Yeah.
And especially training, you're not sitting down having a beer with them. You're literally doing a warm up. Hey, how you going? So it is hard, but yeah.
What was it like trying to meet people like after like they seen your lane work with those flower bags that you've been?
That helped me heaps with my work.
You wouldn't have been the only one.
It's always real awkward. Hey, like I find you roll up to these new clubs or whatever to have a kick even before, and everyone's like paired up with their mate having a kick, and you don't want to do a warm up lap, but you don't want to be sitting there on your own while everyone else is kicking on your own. So you go and do a warm up lap. Weird, eh?
Oh, mate.
I think we've made like over the 10, 12 years been playing seniors, we sort of made an effort to go out of our way to introduce before you've even seen him kick a footy, because being a part of the club for so long, not everyone. Everyone is valued in some different way at a footy club, whether they're the best league player you've ever seen or have never kicked a footy. You can help out in some way, whether that's, running water, doing candid, scoreboard, helping set up the ground. So there's a lot of leaders at this club that's really good, like from 20 years old to 35. So, and everyone's welcome. It's a good spot to be. So,
mate, I've found the best footy clubs value like who you are as a person rather than who you are as a footy player, because most footy clubs, the best footy players generally not the best bloke. So and if you value what happens on the field more than anything else, that's when you get this success for maybe 1 or 2 years. Yeah. But then the blokes that are missing out on games for like someone who probably isn't doing the right thing, say not doing canteen duty or not running water, then your good bloke around the club gets burnt up and goes, you know what, I've been toiling, I've been doing all the right things, I miss out in the game, and they play old mate who hasn't been rocking up to training and does all that. So you don't get long-term success, you just get that little energy hit. And last night here, you could really see it. But I'll tell you what, that's the poorest speeches I've ever heard, mate.
From our boys?
How many shy league players do you have, mate? That need on train and get Jackson into the change rooms, mate. They need a bit of speech, mate.
Yeah, they'll be getting fined on Tuesday, mate. Don't worry about that.
1 or 2 words.
Oh. Yeah, it's piss poor, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. You can obviously see on the hat if it's on YouTube if this video shit works. But had a few mates, local businesses as well, who have helped me to get up here. I snuck up here from Coral Bay on holidays. So BKB Plumbing and Gas, Brody and Kelly here. They're in Karratha. I know they're not your major sponsor here at the club or anything like that, but yeah, Brody's helped me out with everything that I've done.
Blackie.
Yeah, he said he knew you.
Yeah.
RBS Project Solutions, that's Regan Smith. He's over in Dampier there. Another local business, and another one of his is the Knife Merchant. So they're based out of Dampier. If you need any knives, cutting boards, anything like that, hit up Regan and Annie. Good people help me out as well. Ironwood Projects, Toby and Estelle. Carpenters, chippies, whatever you want to call it here in Karratha. If you can help any of those businesses out, really appreciate it. Mate, I did a double up. I don't know if you've listened to the first couple, but I've tried to do dim sim reviews.
Okay.
Nanya Tara, all right, and then I'll come here.
How much was the one at Nanya Tara?
I took a photo, only $250.
Oh right.
Yeah. I was expecting to get robbery,
Got away with that one.
Yeah, but. I got to double up. Come here for a canteen review.
Oh, yeah?
No salad rolls because it's at night time. Makes sense.
Be careful because it's the old girl who runs it.
Dim sim, mate.
Okay, you want a dim sim in there?
Oh,
Roger.
mate, the dim sims were good.
I'll get the feedback to her shortly.
Yep. Yeah, so I reckon that's the best dim sim I've had so far. To be fair, I'm running at 50% review rate. But, yeah, dim sims were very good here. The actual food was sick.
Yeah, Mum, she's a legend. Shout out to Nola Davey, little Albany girl herself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it's her little baby. She loves it.
Yeah.
She gets down here about 10 a.m. and leaves at about 10:30. So a lot of love and care go into everything she makes. The chips and gravy, I heard, are best in WA. So shout out to Gilly.
Mate, the chips and gravy was a sharp bit of kit. Let me give you the tip.
Simple but effective, I think.
Mate, that'd be the best seller. I've seen
Oh,
those
mate, she does literally. I think I haven't got the stats from last night, but last week she did 110 kilos of chips.
Jesus.
Ridiculous, isn't it? 110 kilos. Good to see we're all eating healthy up in the Pilbara.
What do you reckon a packet is? Like if you go get chips, that's like 200 grams.
Yeah, a container would be 300 grams, I reckon. Yeah, no, she does a mean job in there.
Mate, Nola knows what's going on, doesn't she?
She does.
The deep fry got a flogging. But yeah, all right. Then the reserves. Last night we seen the number 55 getting around. The actual reserve standard was actually a fair bit better than what I thought. To be fair, like there was a lot of good players that would be pushing for selection. And, what's that reserve side like? Really, like I just might shut that door, mate, if you don't mind. I did it to try and cut that noise about. The kids are going wild out there. Cheers, bud. Yeah, the reserves was good. It was a good hit out. There was for both teams, there was some decent players getting around.
Yeah. Swannies always have a pretty strong resi side. They've got a few canny older blokes that played a lot of league footy and just dropping down the grade, helping out the youngsters. I think our resis this year, and same with our league. I think we've had a massive transition of players, which we get every year, I think. But this is the biggest I've seen for a while. So a lot of young kids coming up from juniors last year, which is great to see. That's one thing we've sort of struggled, and I think this area struggles with, is maintaining and keeping the kids throughout juniors into seniors. You might get one or two, but this year I dare say we've got a good dozen of kids that are keen, training, and it's showing off out there on the weekends. So, I think we only had probably 5 or 6 blokes play yesterday that played in our premiership last year. So it's good to see we're still getting results with that change of side. So, yeah, we're in a strong spot, I think, in the twos this year.
I reckon where say the kids aren't transitioning from that juniors, I reckon that's where that Colts would be so good.
Yeah,
because there's no exposure from playing under. Like they wouldn't come down to a seniors game and watch seniors. They could just be playing 18s and that. They're not training with the older fellas. They're not getting around them.
Yeah,
they don't see it. So that time to step into resis, and resis can be a thug's game. Like for a young kid stepping into a resis game, getting flat, and some of them don't want to do it. But there's just no exposure, so they're coming up. It's a big task.
I think that training piece is key. Last year or the previous years, we have one night a week they'll train with us, and then on the Thursday they'll do their own thing. It's like you said, mate. I think that's massive to be around senior footy and get exposed to the. It's a different game, juniors to seniors. So, and a lot of the time, I think the juniors will be better playing seniors than they would be playing 18s,
Yeah. Well, it'd just be similar as well, I reckon, then with what we spoke about with Matt having to do that weird kids. Like the kids, I know they'd know people around, but they'd have to turn up to training for the first time once they sort of transition into that senior program.
Yeah.
And then Do you lose many kids to like university down in Perth, trades or anything like that? Or like I know like Albany, they lose lots of kids. So the league's not as strong as what it should be or what you think with the demographic and that, but they lose a lot of kids to Perth for university because it's only 4 hours away.
Yeah.
And then the Great Southern Storm, their like development program's so good. Like they got 6 kids playing Claremont Colts this year. So they develop their kids almost too good that they do transition to Perth. There's like 7 or 8 in the Claremont League side out of this program. So like all of their guns transition, and then probably like those like B plus types move to Perth for university. So they lose them as well. And they rarely get them back. Do you guys have any issues like that here?
I don't have a great touch on the university side of things. I'm sure we would. It's more the trade side. So like obviously the big resource sector up here with Woodside, Rio, and etc. So a lot of kids are going straight from school, even year 11, into an apprenticeship. You know, with the big companies that, you know, you get one of them jobs and it can set you up for life. So I think that sort of takes a priority quite early on in life instead of, you know, doing it till you're 21, you know, living your life and then worry about it after. Sorry. So, yeah, I think more so the trade side of things. And a lot of people are just set up early in life here to like, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do till I was like 24. I still don't know what I want to do. But nowadays there's a lot of education on, righto, set yourself up early and you can have a good future. So I think just the trade side of things is where we lose kids.
Yeah, mate, the into the game last night, obviously we've spoken about not the struggles that Hedland would have, but a hurdle that they have to jump is to travel here. Like, because at what time, like, so is it generally a bus? Does everyone get the bus to Hedland or like
Pending. A lot of people, well, used to be most people on the bus, but now with work and stuff, we'd get probably half on the bus and then half would drive. Because the bus does take a lot longer to get home and it leaves earlier. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people will work till 2 o'clock and drive up and then drive straight back. So about half and half. So
yeah, because then the earliest you can get home is like roughly midnight then.
Yeah,
really. Like that's what you're looking at. Like you're not home by 9 o'clock. So
nah.
Again, it's just like one of the not odd things, but one of the things with playing footy up here is playing the nighttime footy, which it's a fair trade. The environment here last night, like the crowd was good, but it reminded me of like North Albany have a similar thing. Yeah. Like the whole crowd is condensed into one area and it's one. Like they are going for North only. And just when it got up and about, the game got away from Hedland a little bit, but like that second quarter was pretty intense.
Yeah. No, night footy is the best, mate. I think a lot of country leagues are starting to do it a bit more often. Whether it's a couple of games a year, I think the governments and stuff have put a lot of money into lights. You can use the ovals 24/7 then, instead of just daytime. Especially down south in winter, it's dark at like 5 o'clock or something, isn't it? So,
even in Albany, I reckon the wind dies off in the arvo. Like it blows at
same year, yeah.
So there's no wind in the morning, and I know this because of golf. So all the gun golfers try and tee off like as early as they can in Albany because there's no wind, or the wind's less. So, and you could check every time. Like some blokes like get to have a hit first thing in the morning. There's no wind by the other. It's 30 k's an hour. So it seemed to be like a little bit like that. Not like it was windy yesterday, but like when Matt's game starts at 4:30, like the weather was just perfect for the Rezzies.
Yeah.
Like before you teed off, I was like, this is genuinely perfect footy weather. It was like 28. Barely, the wind dropped off. Like it's the first time you don't usually play in the others. You're usually 12 o'clock type operator, Matty.
8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Kicking the dew off.
Not too many 2 o'clock starts for you, Matty, but what's a 4:30 start like for you?
Oh, it's beautiful. Like I said, it's perfect weather. But I reckon I love when we run out and it's just getting dark and we can play a bit of that at night as well. Like night footy, like you're saying, is the best. And I was going to say about North Albany, some of my best memories of night games were the North Albany grounds, like perfect setup.
Just when it's the crowd's so one-eyed.
Yeah.
Like, and you probably get it's a different thing because of the travelling team. So it was like the Hedland supporters were down by the playground, but yeah, it was everyone's had a few beers, and I actually thought, the Rezzies hadn't started. Is it too early for a beer? But I was like, it's 4:30. I was like, so it could get dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't played a game yet this year, so it's actually good sitting back watching and having a beer. But yeah, just I don't know, the light. It's just tradition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, I think it's
Just normal for you.
yeah. We haven't really known anything different, mate.
Yeah, it's just one of the cool things. This is the 4th different league I've seen in 5 weeks now, and seeing the differences in each league, and like if you could cherry pick bits and pieces from each, but this time frame is clearly the best. Like I know, like down south now, they're starting to play Colts after the league, so Resis and league can start, and a few of the different leagues down there same time frame. But then the Colts are playing after the league, so the crowd's all there.
Yeah,
the kids get that fair bit more exposure, and like particularly in the Great Southern, because they are really trying to develop that Colts age bracket and supply Claremont, because Claremont are really, really good and real active with their funding, because and they want to develop the program clearly works down there for that. So this night footy, mate, is. Yeah, I was loving it last night, but let's get stuck into the game. I just want to go through Hedland's team first. A few fellas there that caught my eye. Like had Rowan Whitby, number 1, obviously a young kid. He come off injured, and he, to be fair, didn't actually do that much, but he looked like he could. Like, is he a regular in the league?
Yeah, he's class, mate. I'm a young fella. He's been around the last couple of years, and when he gets goal side of you, that's. Yeah, you may as well give up because he's lightning fast, skills, and he has a crack too. He goes pretty hard. So, shout out to Rowe.
Yeah, I've got a few here. I don't know why, and it's not just because he's Indigenous, but I found he moved like Leroy Jetta, like a really long, like when Leroy was a young kid, I watched a little bit of him, and he moved a lot like Leroy, and again, he didn't end up actually doing that much. I think he ended up coming off injured. He got two pretty big knocks, but he looked like he could move pretty well, and he could do a little bit with it. Really, really good user of the footy. Tyrell Stewart, number 5, kicked a few classy goals in the end, and again, a little bit quiet in the forward line, and it's probably just indicative of where that score was. But what about Tyrell? Was he new?
Yeah, it's sort of new to me, mate. But I'll just say one thing on like the South Hedland. Especially the Indigenous fellas, like they've got so much class, so much skill, speed, and once they get nurtured in the right way, there's a few blokes I know well up there, like Moe Coppin and stuff. So they've got some good leaders up there, and just urge them to stick around and give it a crack, because their time will come again. And like once they can get the young fellas coming through together all in the same time, they'll be a force again, I'm sure. So.
When you say, who was that?
Morris Coppin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's...
So I got told last night, I asked Hawkeye, I said, who's like the most genuine footy player that you've seen getting around in the league? He said Morris Coppin is the best he's ever seen.
100%, mate. He's... we've been fortunate enough here at the Cats to have blokes like Leon Davis and Andy Cracker play a couple of seasons with us. But I haven't seen anything like Moe. I think he did go to GWS for a little bit, but come home pretty quickly. But he's just a class act on and off the field. He's a great bloke, great leader. Just anything, he just knows where the ball's going before anyone else does. I think he must be nearing 40 now. So sorry, Moe, if I've overstepped that. But he's just a class act. He's a pleasure to watch. So
well, Hawkeye he seemed like a ripper fella. So
Craig Hawks, my second dad.
Yeah, is he? Yeah, so I had a good chat to him last night, and he, I wanted to know, not like, who's just like an accumulator that sort of like can get it week in, week out. I was like, who's like the genuine best? And he said that, and he said that Morris went to GWS, but he was like 28. He'd already established his life here, kids and stuff like that, and then played a state country game, maybe Indigenous round or something like that.
I think he's played a couple of them curtain raisers at the G, like the Dreamtime ones that they do. Yep. I could be wrong. He might have had a crack at Swan Districts as well for a couple of years. Okay. Definitely played Colts down there, I think. It's just that go home factor, isn't it? It's home's always home, and it'll always be like that, I think. So.
Well, to get your opportunity at 28 as well, it'd be like it's a lot different to 21. Yeah. Like, once
especially in a team like that, brand new then as well. So 28 going into an established side where, pushing for a flag or something might be a bit different. But when you're 28 playing with 17, 18-year-olds getting flogged by 100 points every week, doesn't seem too fun.
What about then? You mentioned Leon on that, and I think like they floated in and out with the work and stuff. From what I can understand, who would you say is like the biggest freak that you've seen playing up here?
Biggest freak. It's got me on the spot here. I wouldn't say the biggest freak, but just the biggest natural footballer. Would probably go to Ben Main, but he's getting a bit old now. But yeah, Mainey's first 4 or 5 years here was ridiculous. I think he won 5 BNFs in his first 5 years, a couple of degrees. Just one of them blokes who just, you don't notice it, but he's just, wherever the footy is, he's there. Hard as nails, gets bashed every week, gets tagged every week, but yeah, still gets up and has a crack. So yeah, that, and maybe Matty Bishop. I never got the chance to play with him. This is when I was growing up, but I think he's a 4 or 5 time BNF winner. Just the same as Maney, he was always there, dedication, wouldn't miss games, led recoveries. He was sort of the inspiration of our age group now coming through. He was the age group before us. He sort of set the standard for the Cats to become what we are today, So, yeah, Matty Bish and Maney, I'd say.
And then when I spoke to Matty, I was going to try and do post-game interviews, but it just didn't get around to it. But, yes, talking to Matty about who I should, and he was like, oh, Benny Main's like a ripper fella. Not really said much about his footy, but Matt was like, he's always coming to training, he's always bringing something in, he's always moving bags, like, he's obviously...
Always doing something for the club, from what I can see anyway. And he does the Oz kick, gets out and teaches my other boy as well, and so he's always doing something for footy, and yeah, it's noticeable.
It's just, the club here is like a community, isn't it? Like the Cats.
It's a family, mate. Yeah, it's massive. Not just footy as well. Like, we got basketball, netball, cricket. So yeah, we're all just one big family that get in and help each other. Don't leave it down to one person. Everyone get in and have a crack, and yeah.
And then just to finish up on Hedland, they won they were really strong. Hawk, I was saying, through the 90s and stuff like that, and then. It's obviously leaned off a little bit, but one of the fellas that I thought is Kyle Harms. I hope Play HQ because coming to these new clubs, mate, I rely on that Play HQ a lot. It's pretty decent, but yeah, Kyle Harms, he's sort of like a mullet-looking fella. Okay. Played number 8. He didn't get an award last night, which blew my mind. I don't know, maybe he didn't stick around.
Yeah, maybe sometimes the awards just go to people that
are there.
Yeah, there. Yeah, so that's probably why you got one, Matty, last night.
Yeah, well, Matt even said that. The coach come out and had a look, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting one." Yeah. They only give them to people.
Always pays to stick around, yeah,
mate. Because I'll go through. I'll tell you who leaned off. Matt McCain. His stats yesterday started off. We had a bet yesterday.
Over or unders.
No, first one, he said, how much for first clearance of the game? I said, I'll give you 101 to 1.
Took those odds too.
Yeah, it's like, you are not getting the first clearance, mate. It went straight to him and he hand passed that, there's a little shovel. So
does that count?
No, I don't. Mate, I chat GPT. I put it on chat GPT and Google what is a clearance in AFL footy, and you have to, it's the first disposal heading like your team's direction effectively. Matt went backwards. Anyway, where is it? This is his stats, mate. End of the first quarter, 11 touches. End of the second quarter, 14. So he's only had 3.
Yeah, mate. Right. You're looking good for 30, though.
To be fair, we all went quiet in that second quarter.
Yeah, because of you. End of the third quarter, 17.
It's another 3.
So we've gone 11, 3, 3. Then big last quarter, ended up with 20.
Oof.
11, 3, 3, 3.
Just impact player last 3 quarters,
Starvation corner.
Yeah.
Must have been on that half forward roll.
What happened, Matt?
There.
What happened, Matt?
Went out of the midfield.
You did not. You did not.
Well, I think he went to that high half forward, which is what I usually do. You get starved there sometimes. Yeah. Especially in the twos, you put on a real good lead, make separation, and the kick goes over your head straight to the bloke chasing you.
Yeah, the dude Josh Harp's then as well. He tells you to get out. So there's no point going near the goals. Mate, you almost are.
Yeah, don't worry about playing near Harps.
Mate, Josh Harper could have been the most impressive football player yesterday. Like, honest to God.
Oh, he's a freak, mate. Yeah, I think he's pushing 50 as well. So he's he'd be nearly 40. He actually, shout out to Joshy Harper, who played the other week, represented Australia in the veterans cricket over in Queensland. So Yeah, he's just one of them natural sportsmen.
Yeah, good Royals boy. Is that Albany boy?
Yeah, Albany boy. I think he's played all over the state. Kalgoorlie, Perth.
He's a mercenary, mate.
He's a great man. He's a great man. Don't get stuck in a shout with him though.
Hey, I wouldn't want to go head-to-head with him at all, mate.
He'll fall asleep on you though. He loves a little kip while he's sitting up, standing up, doing whatever.
Tell you what he loves. He loves the double pistols after a goal.
That was awesome.
I don't know if you're an injury. He was, mate. The game's done. I think there were 15 goals up or something. He's giving it this one after goal, and then he's getting right up it, mate. When he kicked the goal, he was celebrating real hard.
He was telling the opposition to call him. Call me. He was like 10 goals up. It was awesome.
He's a funny man.
Yeah.
But so obviously he's on it, but he could play full forward for the ones.
I think he did get selected the other week and told Rama in a couple of short words he won't be playing. So, yeah, I think he could play anywhere, mate. I think when he first come up, he was playing centre half back for our league side. So, just one of them natural blokes. He knows where the ball's going, and I think he's played in a couple of league flags in Kalgoorlie. So good comp down there. He's a ripper.
No, yeah, like I said, he's from the same club as us down and thing, and I know his dad Baden was a gun.
Yeah.
His sister's always like real good sportsman as well. I don't know about his mum, sorry.
Yeah.
But they're a really good family, and yeah, he lit it up in the twos yesterday. He could walk into that league side. Like he's really good. Right, and then let's get stuck into the Cats. Oh, so the last one I found that Tommy Carlton from Hedland, like they put him in the ruck. He was a 9. Yeah, they should have done that from the start. He was extremely competitive in there. He did the last quarter, but I'm not sure if he's a kid that I know from Kununurra. I think he is from when I recognise him. But yeah, I thought he was good. The coaches' sort of speeches were good. Like he was trying to keep him in the game, and they were aware that the game sort of got away from him, and he just said, "Let's try and maintain this. Like let's not get blown out."
Win the last quarter, sort of thing. Yeah. They no, shout out to them because in previous years, like even we do it sometimes when we go up there. You're 10 goals down going into the last. You can easily get done by 20.
Yeah,
like quite quickly. So no, I think they scrapped well. They just competed for the whole game really. So credit to them.
They were pretty good out of their back line. That as soon as there was a point, they were moving it real quick and then just catching the Cats out a little bit there. But then they got to a point like the half forward for them, and there's just nothing for them. So
that's exactly what I've got actually.
That back line was good.
So I've got moved the ball well, used it good coming off half back, and then it's all they can get it off and break down at half forward, but they're breaking down at like the wing. Yeah. Like their forwards as they'll like walk, and then it's coming my way. Go to a jog. It's coming my way. Start running. It's just too easy for the defender to do it, and it reminded me of. At Karratha, I spoke about it. It's the first time in the country that I've seen like the checking of the run, and I was thinking, man, if you stood in front of these players and just actually pushed them back when that ball, when you're it's going to be a switch, like I might be on here. If you just got in front of them, then start pushing, they don't even lead.
No, they'll just stop. Yeah.
And then in terms of the Cats, mate, I would have found it real hard to pick a best player. It was genuinely an even spread. How do you've seen as much footy as anyone there? How did the Cats play last night?
Scrappy. I thought it was a scrappy game on our behalf. Would have been better if we kicked straight in both games. I think it's just one of them dogfight wins, wasn't it? Sometimes you got to win dirty. I know the scoreboard probably, like they said last night, didn't reflect like how much of an effort Swans did put up. I thought we had a few good chains coming out of the back line, a few good switches, a few good link ups, and even late in the third, maybe start of the fourth, just trying to keep possession of the footy. Just keep it off the deck, kick mark, and then wait and get that proper forward entry. So I think we're still building towards that new game plan under a new coach with Rama. I think we'll be right. We just got to get the consistency of, trying to get as close to the same 22 out there each week, which is very difficult in this competition. But I think once we get that, I think we can click and do some damage come later in the year and knock off. The top 2 teams are clearly Sharks and Falcons. I think we're pushing for that, number 3rd seed, I think. But yeah, anything can happen in finals. You just got to be on your day. So we'll keep working towards that, I think. The boys are all behind Rama. Great coach, new game plan. A lot of new faces as well. So, yeah, I think we'll be right.
Why isn't Jackson playing? And just for
Good question. Nah, he's got his knees are buggered, mate. I think, and just become a new dad as well. So I think, once you start your own family, your priorities do change a little bit. But yeah, he could easily still just sit in the forward pocket, I think, and probably bag a few, but I'm not sure. We could see.
And that's Jackson Ramsey, hey?
Ex-Perth captain. Played a few 30 games at Collingwood, I think. Yeah. Had a pretty cruel run with injury at Collingwood and then come back to East Perth, captain them for a few years. And him and his lovely wife-to-be, Shans, have made the move up. I think this is their third year here. So, I think they're loving it up here.
One thing that impressed me with him, with his coaching, I actually thought he was one of the best coaches I've seen so far. I love when the messaging is informative and actionable. Like, it's not, fucking come on, boys, like, you need to chase, tackle. Bleed for the jumper. Like, that has its time and place and stuff. But his messaging was almost like a captain's message rather than a coach's message. Like, this is what I want. I don't want to say what he said at 3/4 time. I don't think the boys did it, though. He was clear in his messaging of what he wanted in terms of how they wanted to move the ball inside 50, like leave it open and stuff like that. But I thought even though the Cats were strong and they run away with it, like what Jackson wanted from the 3/4 time speech, what was action, didn't quite come off, and it's probably the due and the game's done and all that. But I thought his coaching was really good. I would like to get in at halftime, but it's a bit weird rolling in as a random, like into.
Yeah, you need your media accreditation pass on you to get in the rooms, mate.
Big vest.
Yeah. Have you found his coaching, Matt, at like training and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was going to say. So he obviously he's got a game plan he wants to do, and you obviously train how you want to play, and that's what he's doing. He's drilling that drill into us or into the league, and the rest we get stuck in as well. So we do the same. We just swap. But he's drilling that few points in every time, and you can see every game it's slowly getting more and more. Like they'll do it a few times the first few games, and then the third game they're doing a lot more. So he's pushing that message through the training and actually doing it hands on. I think it's great, and you can see it is actually working slowly. So.
And then were you around at the huddles? Not the huddles, like sort of, when you were running water, you got sucked into the water. A good club, man. Old Matt McCain. He's a good club, man.
My knees were
No, everyone
shot.
has their turn.
Yeah.
Once you do it, you only got to do it once, and then that's you for the season done. Yeah.
Mate, with your performance yesterday, you might need to do a few more, mate.
I'm at that third quarter. I sat under that light pole.
Boys were thirsty. They come off. They said they were very thirsty last night.
Yeah, so I drank all the water. That's why.
But even when I was watching, like I reckon it was under 4 or 5 minutes to go in the game's iced, he was still working on things. Like, it wasn't like party time. There was no high fives. The first high five was like 20 seconds to go. Like, it was in the game, I think about 180, 90 points up, something, whatever it was. But yeah, he was still looking to not criticise, but critique the game. Where are we at? What can we do? Only with like 2 minutes to go, and I was like, he's really good. He's a really good coach. And one thing that I look at is state country. It's one of my like little passions or whatever you call it. And we'll go through a little bit later about the state country types, but I think he could put his hand up for the state country coach.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be good actually if we had someone from up this way. We might get a bit more recognition with players getting selected as well. I think we've only had 2 or 3, Guy Langdon, Louis Upton, Dan Farmer, that have got the opportunity to play state country. So, yeah, Ram would definitely be, I'm sure he might be on the radar already. He's pretty well known down there in them circles. It's just, whether he's got the time and stuff to do it.
Yeah, that probably is a factor, that flight down and the whole weekend off, but or even I don't know where they're going this year. South Australia. No, it should be back in WA. I think they played in South Australia last year, but yeah, he was really good. So yeah, it's a weird one for me with my state country types, but yeah, I thought he was good. And the first fella that caught my eye, was pretty hard not to. He's got the first clearance of the game, Luke Tunstead.
Yeah,
like
he's a great story, mate. Yeah,
yeah. Tell us about Luke.
So yeah, young Karratha local. I think he's only 18. I'm not sure if he's even turned 18 yet. He's got a body of about a 30-year-old. He's ripped. We've been trying to get him to play for a couple of years, but his parents have sort of put him in cotton wool. But I think they've let him out to the Wolves now, and it's showing how talented, and he's just got raw ability, like raw power, raw speed. I think the more he plays, the more he'll get to understand the intricacies of footy, like, you know, knowing where to run, what spot to be, where to kick. But yeah, he's a great story, mate. He's a really good little kid. Yeah, he's definitely got a big future, whether it's here or down south. I think he's got the ability to push at a higher level down south, I think.
Yeah, right. So he hasn't played like a heap of footy.
This is his first season of senior footy, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, straight in, yeah. So what's that, 5 games in, I think?
Yeah, he rolls the dice at stoppage for sure. Like,
yeah.
I think if
he's probably got a licence. I'm not sure of, yeah. Probably just, Rama just says, go, don't think about it, just do what you want to do. So, yeah.
But he was doing some like good gut runs as well.
Yep.
Notice he was running from half back to half forward when the other fellas were trotting, just to try and get to the man, you know. I thought that was pretty good.
Did you watch those league games, Matt, that like against the Falcons?
Bits and pieces of it.
What do you reckon is like, you know, the Jack was saying that the Falcons are clearly the better side. Like, where are they better? Is it a better mid, forward, all over the field? Like, what did you notice the difference between the Falcons and like the Cats?
They just seemed, they were a big team. They had a few tools. I didn't see too much of it, but I don't know. It's just the first few games I watched. It's quick up here.
Yeah.
Like I've obviously been in Albany. It's that more kick and mark, and you get your crummers. And here they spread it well. They're moving well. It's real quick. And the Falcons were quick, and they hunted well.
Well, even
out hunted the Cats. I think a little bit.
Well, when we're watching the game, everyone did look punctured, and I was like, it's because the ball bounces up here. Like in Albany,
it just plod. Yeah.
No, in Albany, it literally could just land in the mud, and like then it's stoppage, and like the grass is way heavier. The actual dirt is softer.
Footy gets heavy.
Yep. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it seemed a lot more stoppage based down south, and up here it's like outside run, and I think it's because the ball lands and actually like you can hear it dunk. And look, the ground's not in the greatest nick, but I'm assuming like when it is, it's even faster. And no stoppages up here, mate. It's only when it goes out was there a really stoppage around the ground.
Yeah, the grounds here are so hard.
Yeah, wait till you play in Hedland. Concrete.
Mate, that Falcons ground, it's good, really good setup, but it was so hard. Like my knees were shot.
I remember coming back from when I first come back after boarding school and used to playing on the grounds in Perth. And, you know, I think everyone struggles in their first year with like whether it's shin splints or getting used to the harder decks. But, there is a massive difference in that. And I think maybe even the Dew has an aspect. Like there's not a lot of, you know, contested marks or big pack marks. The ball does get quite slippery at night. So it's sort of always out in the open. And then each team probably has, you know, 3, 4, 5 quick real quick young kids, or so it's just get it over the back, let them run onto it, keep it in motion, and
One fella that I kept an eye on last night was Benny Altus. I rate him really. Another again. I just know him from footy.
Shout out Albany.
Yeah, mate. Royals
Albany
again.
Footy Factory up here.
Right, I know. Well, there's Matt, Josh Harper, Benny Altus, the Linthorne boys, Regan Askvold,
Brent Johnson. Don't have to name him.
Yeah. He's trying to get in. He reckons, I can come in. I
thought he'd be floating around this morning.
Mate, I'm looking for
he's probably slept in the car park or something.
I'm looking for him to pop out one of the cupboards here or something. But they Benny Altus.
Jacob Hobbs, North Albany boy.
Yeah. He wasn't playing last night though.
Nah, he's on shift. He's on night shift,
And then, so I was watching Benny and I thought he had a pretty average start to the game, to be fair. And I was like, but then I thought he worked his way into the game really well. Like he moves really well, runs really well, and like he wouldn't have been in your best, but it's his first game in league up here. And
what was he like down south? Good.
Yeah, but really good. So
I noticed him. I watched the game last week in the twos, and he was clearly just with his skills and decision making, clearly a step above the level of reserves. But like you said last night, he was really solid.
Yeah, worked his way into it. I just think he's a confidence type player, and not like confidence like that, but like once he just gets that little bit more comfortable to roll the dice that little bit more and go for his marks and stuff like that, he'll start clunking. And
that's where Rammer's good. I think he'll back you in, he'll give you a job and define that job in this is what you got to do. So I think he'll be good.
But he'd be in the same boat coming on a new club. Probably doesn't feel like he has to perform, but he'd have that in the back of his mind. Like he's good enough to play league, 100%. but you still doubt like, oh, I've got to play well to keep my spot kind of thing. So, but no, he looks good.
Oh, well, one of the cameras has just shit itself there, boys. So I'll see if mine's still working.
Yours is still on him.
Yeah, it said something about internal camera. Something. I'll see if I can unplug it. 2 seconds. Don't know what it's going to do. So he was good. And then one fella, I wasn't too sure of how he's going to go, mate. I took a photo of it 5 seconds into the game. He's getting a rub down on the bench. I was like, mate, he's getting a scrub. And then he dominated. Regan Smith, 28. He kicked a couple real good goals.
He's going to be real handy for us. So he's actually in Onslow, I think. And he's probably sore because I believe last week or the week before he ran from Karratha to Onslow. So that's probably why he's getting that's probably why he was getting a rub down, mate. So
what, like ran?
Yeah, like Ned Brockman style. Not sure why. It's strange because
neither.
We seem to attract him here. We had Ethan Stirrett, one of the med students, for a couple of years, and he's one of them strange men that decide to run long distances for charity. So shout out to Ethan Stirrett as well, Hurt to Help. He just did some ridiculous Murph marathon the other week where it's a marathon, then you do mad amount of squats, pull-ups, push-ups, and then finish it with another marathon.
Mate, 203 kilometres from here to Onslow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did that last week and then...
Yeah, it must have been the week before because I think he was supposed to play last week, but he was still a bit too sore. So
he played twos last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a mix-up between the coaches because Timmy was saying, Regan's got a sore calf, can I just play him in the twos? And Ram was going, no worries, thinking it was the other Regan.
Yeah.
Or something, I don't know. But we were grateful to have him.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he kicked 2 real good goals.
I think I think he has an injured calf.
Yeah.
Because they were saying, they'll go on easy on him. But he was still running around a lot. It was good last night.
Yeah, he's solid little player.
Little nugget.
And then I thought you sort of your ruckman Jack Allen.
Yeah.
He toiled away, fought hard, did heaps of like second efforts around stoppage. I thought Jack was really good.
Yeah, he's another good story. So like he's a Cats junior who went to Perth and had a crack down there, and now he's made the move back. So this is our second year with him back. Yep. So he's still only really young. He's a big boy. And he's just got the footy smarts. He's always in the right spot. And between him and Jed White, when there's a dump kick out of their back line or forward line or whatever, one of them's always in the right spot.
Yeah, that's my next point. It must be almost a luxury to have him and Jed White rotating full forward ruck.
I don't think they come off. Yeah,
nah,
it's very handy,
mate. Jed, not quiet. Like he did start the game good, mate. He kicked one at goal. I think it was a point, but it was like huge. He can roost today.
Yeah. Love Jetty boy.
Local as well, eh?
Local, yeah. Grew up. His old boy was our coach for the last few years, Shane White. They relocated back down to Dunsborough. Jed stayed up here to finish off his apprenticeship, and he's our captain now as well. So, and last year he was. So, just watching him develop over the years from a little chubby kid with glasses to now he's 6'7" or however big he is, and he's just a great human, mate. He's the next generation of this footy club. He's a younger crew of 22, 23 that are going to take this footy club for the next 10, 15 years. So, yeah, mate, love him.
I don't know if I look too much into stuff, but little things like that, I thought he was a leader. I knew he was a captain. Then at the presentations last night, some fellas were they'd obviously watched both games, sunk a fair few tins or whatever, and they were just talking, but they were a little bit loud. He came out, he's like, boys, shut up, presentations are on.
Yeah.
And like he's come from a fair way over. No one asked him to do it, but I was like, little things like that, I was like, one, they were his mates, clearly, but he had no problems coming in, almost put the club first. Just those
100%.
Little things add up around a club over the course of a year.
Yeah, and stuff like that doesn't go unnoticed, like you said. It's just, and that's, that's what leaders do, I think, don't they? They just look after everyone before they look after themselves. So
I think definitely the right two co-captains for the team. Like you talk about Maney doing all that he does. You see Jed at training before, he's down early with the young fellas kicking the footy around. He'll come down to Resi's and get around all the Resi's boys. Yeah, like early. He's young. He's 22.
Yeah, 22. So I think
old head on his shoulders. Yeah, he's a ripper dude.
Yeah.
Who's been the most impressive player Matt, that you've seen just the Cats here, like in the league? Who do you think is like the best player you've seen?
I'd definitely say Jed. Even last night, like he had 2-3 on him. He was going for everything, so he was getting smashed. But he's handy. I'm not real good with names, but is it Shandy?
Yeah, Jordan Shand.
Yeah, I reckon he's a gun.
Is he
He
11?
moves quick. Yeah,
Is he? Yeah.
Shandy's good, man. I just like watching that type of player, like that quick, like striding out kind of player,
Yeah.
skillful, and again, ripper dude.
Yeah, okay.
Has no problems getting around all the new guys, and yeah, it's good, man. But yeah, I'd definitely say those two.
And what are you doing, Matty? You leading the Resi's fairest and best or what?
No.
You told me to speak about this.
Oh, that's confidential. Why are you bringing that up?
Mate, I thought it would be pretty funny. I had a little line of questioning for Jackson. If I did those post-game interviews, I was going to ask him, number 55 in the Resis, Matt, like, what does he need to do to get a league game besides, like, get way fitter, be able to kick heaps better, get more possession, just be heaps better at footy? What else can he do?
You should have done your interviews, mate. That would have been
I couldn't get it working, mate. I'll tell you what, I was going to fold this table up last night, mate. I was getting that wild. None of this.
Stroppy.
Oh,
It's not like you. You don't get grumpy. It's strange.
Yeah, it's the first time trying to use these cameras, but we're back on, so I think we're good, mate. Do you have anything to do with like the Nutrient Ag Carnival team or anything?
No, I haven't got involved with that. Like, I think we've only taken a team last 2 years, but since '91, which is it's great to see it back up. I'd love to get involved in it. I think it'd be a good weekend to get away and have a few cans. But I've just started a new family, mate, and footy takes up enough time, so it's good we get a bye. I think when you get to my age now, like when there's a weekend of no footy, you sort of don't want to be playing footy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't be playing anyway, but I'd be helping out in some way. But no, Maney and Pup have done a great work with Dotty and Whitey to get that back up on board. And we've been quite successful. I think our first year we won Div 3 last year. What are we in Div 2 now? It's just good exposure. I think, and when we can take our best side, I think we could definitely push into the A grade one. So, hopefully the boys all buy in and can get it going. Hopefully we get some sponsorship so it makes it easier it's a long way to travel. Yeah. You've got your Southwest and your Avon and even Great Southern like Gero. It's only 4 hours in a car. Like we've got a 2-hour flight or a 16-hour drive, and then got to get accommodation, buses, all that sort of stuff. So a lot goes into it. So shout out to all the people that have got it back up and going, and hopefully we can keep it going and push into the A grade.
Mate, who from the Cats went last year?
Maney, Smithy,
Liam
Smith.
Yeah. Where was he last night?
He's been in Thailand.
Okay.
I think he's back now, but he's around somewhere. Bravo played. Jed played. I could be missing a couple, but
Is it Wellington? Did he?
Corby, young
went?
Corby,
I thought
he
I seen a photo
played.
of him.
Yeah, I think we had 5 or 6 go down. Pretty strong contingent. So
And they got the Colts back this year as well.
Yeah.
Like that'd be a massive task here, considering it's not your regular sort of Colts program that you can just watch on the day, or that the Colts float up into the league and you can get a really good gauge of where the kids are at. So easy to pick the team, and with how it is up here, it must be a little bit difficult to try and get the thing down. But it's good that they've gone down. But to stick with the senior side, mate, it's going to be stacked this year. The Divi 2's, I think, going to be the most exciting, and it'll be tough to move up. So Upper Great Southern,
they come back down, have they?
So they first time since like
they're usually up
70s.
and about the grand final, sort of the A grade, aren't they?
Oh, for sure.
Them and Southwest usually play off. Yeah,
it's like Peel, Southwest, Avon, but then like Goldfields has moved up. Great Northern Footy has moved up. But,
Gero,
But like Divi 2 this year is Ongerup, Upper Great Southern, Great Southern, North Pilbara, and I think one other potentially. So it's going to be...
Yeah, no, it's a good challenge, and that's what you want to do. You want to be up against the best, don't you? To be the best, you got to beat the best. So I'll back our boys in. Yep. Hopefully it's not a wet... I think it was quite wet last year, which our boys aren't used to playing on muddy tracks. So
even cold.
Yeah, because I think sometimes they get stitched up. They get like the 8:30 game on a Sunday after a few beers on a Saturday night. So I'm not sure if they had the breatho out on Liam Smith last year, but yeah.
Ever. You just need it always. He's a good man. I know him, BKB.
He's a great man, yeah.
He worked with Brody. I actually seen him down there and said g'day to him. And, yeah, hopefully, mate. What about if you, even in the league itself, the whole league, obviously Daniel Farmer, I know he plays through a full pocket. I'm not sure if he played last year as well. I know he played in...
Yeah, I think he just did the 1 year and then he went to Subi for a bit.
Yeah.
Tried to have a crack at Subi. But yeah, he's out at Wickham now, unfortunately. We had him here for a couple of years. And
We had him here last night.
yeah, he was here last week as well, so not sure. Maybe he might come down to training on Tuesday.
And then what about it from you? I call it state country type. So, like, it's obviously the best 22 players in the whole state. So it is really hard to work your way in. But what about in the league itself? Who would you sort of say, give me one or two names that you reckon could push it? They didn't have to be like best on ground or whatever, but like fill a role or whatever like that. For me, like Tungstead, like he wouldn't go through the middle, but like he could be a forward pocket. Like if he
back
hits,
pocket or something like that. Yeah,
he could play like a Cosy Pickett type role, like with how he gets on the move at congestion and how quick he can move forward. Like who would you put forward?
There's a young bloke out at Wickham called Timmy Renton. He's not very young now, but
he's played, eh?
I'm not sure if he's played state country. He bloody should have. So I'll put his name in there. He just deserves a recognition.
He won a medal?
He's won 3, I believe.
Okay.
3 de Greys.
Is that it?
Premiership captain. I think he's a Jarrow boy originally, but he's just one of the great blokes, like on and off the field. Gets it done day in, day out. He's probably missed his chance now, just you know what it's like with that sort of stuff. But thought I'd just give him a quick mention. Well, there's G-Bus out at Dampier, big Guy Langdon. He's probably in there every year anyway. I'm trying to think of some young fellas that could do it. There's a bloke out at Falcons. I think it's Laurie Roberts. I could get the name wrong, but he won a leading goal kicking last year in the association. Young Indigenous fella, just so quick, and classy finishing.
Key position, pocket?
Nah, like sort of half forward pocket.
Okay.
He's not small though. He's decent size, but and it's just the things he does. Noticing last year, he does without the ball. Just his pressure, like proper chase down. Like if you're a back pocket or a half back around him, you'd want to get rid of it pretty quickly because he'll get you, and he damages you when he does have the footy as well. So yeah, he's probably one to keep an eye out for. Yeah,
that's what I guess to get into that state countryside. That's what I reckon you need to be doing is the stuff off the ball. Like I've said it, even last night I said to Matt, like. Everyone in the league, like there's blokes out here with the skills as good as anyone in that state countryside or in the Avon League. The Avon, I'll use them. That's the best standard of footy I've seen in the country. You know, but their skills aren't any better. They're nothing, but it's the off the ball. And it's the biggest difference is intensity at the footy. When the ball's in dispute, it's see ball, get ball for those guns, mate. And it's that how hard they actually attack the footy and then checking people's run, shepherds, all those little things like you'd have to work on up here. But Laurie, he's the man. Yeah, and again, I didn't see anyone. Maybe like a few, like Tun said, like that midfield's pretty stacked in that state countryside. But again, I just try and champion like regional types to get in it. So he'd be good. There'd be a few others as well. It's hard
I haven't watched a lot of footy this year either. So I was away for 4 weeks. So there's always some pop up every year. You know, like. Such a transient town.
Yeah, I bet. But like you've had some guns, like you said, Neon Leon, Andy Cracker.
Well, I think Blaine Boker's playing at Dampier this year, like Sandover medalist a couple of years ago. It was had. Yeah,
did he play at Carlton?
Yeah, Carlton, and then went back to East Freo.
Yeah, that's right. Because he put up that tweet. I remember that he put up a tweet about how shit Carlton were or something like that, and then
got drafted by him. Yeah.
So that's sick. Right.
Yeah, no, that's good. I haven't met him or anything, but seen that the other day. So.
Anyone seen the Wiz? Jeff Farmer played at Wickham Wolves for a year.
Yeah, with Wiz. Who else has played? Laurie Bellotti played at Falcons. The Kick It boys, they played a few games at Falcons. Brett Peake played a fair bit at Dampier when Dotty first come up. Yeah. Like even Stephen Dodd just coaching Dampier. Like I don't know how many games he played, over 100 at Freo. Yeah.
There's always some big names that come up to this league. Obviously, with the with the industry that is up here and,
Yeah.
and the employment opportunities. Like it's awesome, mate. All right, let's start to wind this thing up, mate. Obviously, with the league, who would you say is a premiership favourite?
It'd be hard to go past Falcons, I think. Yeah.
How does that grand final work up here? Is that a rotation or
So
whoever wins?
yeah, so top two in the league will play off.
Yeah.
So you play the first. I think they call it the second semi or something. They'll play off. Whoever finishes on top will host that first final, and then the winner of that goes straight through to the granny, and they'll host the grand final. And then all the other grades follow that.
Yep.
So you could have like Dampier host the grand final, but then the Rezzies could be like, us and South Hedland.
Yep.
The girls could be two other different teams, but it will just be at whoever qualifies in the league will be there. So it's been in Dampier for the last 4 years. So yeah, it'd be good to have it in Karratha.
What do you don't consider Dampier Karratha? What's the local vibe there? Is that a different town, Dampier, or is it? Because for me, it's
could get in trouble here. I'd say Dampier. I'd call it town. Like I'd call us all one, but I think it's the other way. I think Dampier will cut themselves off from us. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what's it like in Albany, like Albany, Mount Barker, Albany, Denmark. Is it sort of
what I feel like Dampier is just Emu Point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit of the
like Freedom Bay,
a bit of the money.
Okay.
Bit nicer, but it's just like where the boat ramp is.
Yeah. Interesting one. But I don't know. I've been here so long. Some of my best mates are from there as well, so it's
just town.
Yeah,
mate. Regan Smith, RBS Project Solutions. I went out to his house yesterday, mate. Oh, ocean views, coffee.
He's doing well for himself, isn't he, the big fella?
Must be selling some knives.
Oh, mate.
Must be a bit of money in knives.
Mate. Well, when they're that good, mate, the knife versions, the quality of their product, mate.
I bet.
Love it. Good play. And then what else we got here, mate? The association medal tip. So obviously, it seems to be similar people who win it every year, hey? All the same.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, I guess, probably like the Brownlow. Like, you got to have a good year to get noticed, and then back it up the next year to get votes, if that makes sense. Like, because Mainey's first year he come up in 2017, he should have won the De Grey by bloody 20 votes. Had the best year ever, and then the next year had a dog shit year, I think, and won it, sort of thing. So it's De Grey this year, I'm not sure, because Falcons have picked up a fair few new players, so I'm not sure how they're going, like, wise. Be hard to go past Guy Langdon. He seems to get votes pretty well, so I'll go G-Bus, and I'll chuck a Smokey in there and go Regan Smith.
What about with that? Is it consistency as well in terms of like workload and stuff like that with the rosters and the night shift? Like, how important is it to play every game?
Yeah.
And does that actually have a factor? Like, has there been blokes that should have won but had too many games off and stuff like that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You got to put yourself in it. The more times, the more games you play, the more chance you're going to get for votes, I guess. But yeah, you'd be counting on one hand at least in each club, like a bloke to play every single game of the year. Just whether it's holidays, work, injuries. It's pretty rare you get everyone to play.
And it's a short season, or like it's not like 20 games.
15 games we play, so with 3 buys in there, I think. So it's very rare you get everyone to play every single game.
Mate, do you know, just quickly to tidy this up, mate, do you know who does the Cats' social media?
Yeah, Lavinia McKay.
Very good.
Yeah.
I sort of depend on social media of clubs to like have a look around. I found these guys are real good. Muck and Booden's real good.
Okay, yeah.
Darren's real good.
Yeah.
Like the social media is a huge thing, I think, like for clubs. It's like the next thing that all clubs need to get involved with.
I think we put it last year, year before. It's become like an actual position on the committee.
Yep. Oh,
like,
awesome.
Like your treasurer, secretary, president, VP, but then now social media manager, got a merchandise manager.
Yep.
Because this is a pretty big club.
And the merch is sick here.
Yeah, so it's a massive club. It's almost, it's almost a business, really.
Yeah.
Like, obviously non-for-profit, but so big, and you can't have 2 people trying to do everything.
Yeah.
So you try and spread the load a lot, and, right, that's your role. Do it well, and everyone does their role well, and you become it's almost like a footy team off the field, you know, like everyone
Really
has a role to play.
Professional way.
Yeah, everyone has a role to play. You do that role well, and the outcome will be great.
Well, even as a byproduct, like the North Pilbara, that their footy league looks good because
Jade Creedon does a great job with that as well. I think she runs a Sharks one, so yeah, she does a great job with the MPFL one.
Yep, because then if each club does it, her job's easier because she could just share it.
Yeah.
And then the whole league looks way better than like even if it's shit, you do like those little training videos and like the questions as the boys are going out, just all those tiny things. Yeah. Then the league share that stuff, and then the league just looks like so much
and you'd
better.
be surprised how far it goes, like how big the reach is. Like it's crazy. Like people, I know this club has a great affiliation with whether you played one game or 200. Once a Katter, always a Katter. Like there's blokes that live overseas now that still rely on our socials, you know, and they still feel a part of the club.
Well, it's hard because if you rely on like Play HQ, like it doesn't get updated up here as quick as what I'd like because I that's how I check my results.
Yeah.
But the social media is what keeps me informed. Like I'm looking to see how Maddie played or how the Cats go or like who's who. And the social media thing's really good. Like I've spoken about it before, like Cam Newbold in
Albany, he loves it, yeah.
Phenomenal, mate.
Yeah.
Like he gets quarter by quarter updates of every game.
Yeah.
Like so you can just click his hashtag
on Twitter,
Yep, bang. And then quarter by quarter, but even little mini breakdowns and stuff like that. Like, yeah, let's get it on, mate. My last thing I want to have a quick chat here about. I got this idea at the Nutrient Ag Carnival for like a skills competition. Maybe halftime of the thing for a grand cash. Someone from the Cats, mate, or even the league, who has the most like elite skills up here? Yeah,
nah,
coming in. Well,
not anymore, mate.
I feel like what I might do going forward might be like a slot race.
Okay,
so like I don't know, like a club, a league, or whatever can purchase like a slot.
Yeah, like the Everest.
Yep. Then they have to.
Like an actual running race?
No,
I was going to say, that won't be me.
Then they put in the best kicker that they can find, and then we hold the skills comp, and then it's like $1,000 buy-in, winner takes all.
Yeah, right.
And then they're like, let's get this guy. But who do you reckon's got some elite skills?
From our club, it's hard to go past the coach. He's pretty handy, Rama.
Yeah.
Not Timmy, Rama. Ruben Cranny. Unreal.
What number was he?
He didn't play last night. He's down in Perth at the moment.
Okay.
But he's just one of them just freaks.
Yeah.
Late skills. Maney, it's pretty handy on his left.
Yeah.
Not sure how his right goes.
Well, it's a one peg.
Yeah, just one peg.
No.
Yeah,
so
Maney.
6 spots around the 50. You got a time limit.
Yeah.
You got to kick a goal. If you kick a goal, 6 points. You kick a point, point, total points. Move on to the next. Something pretty quickly like that.
Nelson White. I think if it's goal kicking, he's pretty handy. That's Jed's older brother.
Okay.
He does 2 and 2, so he'll be back next week.
Yep.
I think if it's goal kicking as well, Josh Harper.
Yeah, out of the twos, mate.
Yeah.
He'd be good.
Well, I don't know about the time limit, though. That might cook him.
Yeah, if he's got to do any running.
Run cone to cone.
That might see him out.
It's not like a massive
It's like the
rush.
3-point contest. You got bang, 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 then around
Similar.
the 50.
Yeah.
That'll rule Josh out.
Yeah, it's not a sprint time frame, but it's like you can't sit there and throw the grass in the air. Like it just keeps you honest.
Especially if he's running around with a double pistol.
That takes might be a bit too much carry on. He might run out of time.
The double cobra comes up for him.
Owie Kavanagh. He's got a good kick on him.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up, boys. Really appreciate your time, mate. I know you got night shift tonight, and it was just a bit too loud to get in here last night and get it done. But yeah, really appreciate you both your times, Matt. You provide pretty much fuck all, so thanks for your time.
Good to be here, mate.
Cheers, lads.
Done. Thanks,
Good
boys.
fun.
See you, mate.